Welcome everyone to another Legal Futures webinar with me, Roman Kubiak. At the time of recording this, it's a beautiful sunny day outside, so I hope you'll all spare me an hour as we discuss the rather thorny topic of burial, ashes and funeral disputes. I head up the Contested Wills Trust and Estates team here at Hugh James, and today I'm going to be discussing that topic of burial, ashes and funeral disputes. So, one of the key factors which has led me to give a talk on this topic now is that in the past 12 months or so, I've noticed a definite spike in the number of these cases, and I'm sure I'm not alone in having experienced these. However, I've also found that there was relatively little guidance on the topic, so I thought it'd be a really good topic to discuss, and hopefully, if any disputes over dead bodies arise in the future, you could have a go at dealing with them. I'm sorry, that will, you'll be pleased to hear, be about the only pun I give in this talk. Anyway, we've also recently published a blog on just this topic. So for anyone interested, please do check it out on the Dying Matters website. That obviously is an initiative about ensuring that people can talk more openly about these topics. It's a really positive thing, so I really recommend you all look at that. So, in discussing the law on burial ashes and funeral disputes, I'll first run through the general principles which govern this area and the issue of on whom the duty to dispose of a body falls before looking specifically at disputes in that context. I'll then move on to discussing the extent to which a person's wishes are relevant in resolving these disputes before turning to the finer practicalities of transportation, funerals, and headstones. Finally, I'll look at the relevant practice and procedure and give some useful practical steps you can all take away with you and look at what the future might hold and possible proposals for reform. So, let's take a look at the general principles. The first and most fundamental point to know is to use the words of Justice Kay in the 1882 case of Williams and Williams, that there can be no property in the dead body of a human being. As Judge Hale, as she then was, said in Buchanan and Milton, there is no right of ownership in a dead body. However, there is a duty at common law to arrange for its proper disposal. This duty falls primarily upon the personal representatives of the deceased. An executor appointed by will is entitled to obtain possession of the body for that purpose, even before the grant of probate. But there is no executor, that same duty falls upon the administrators of the estate, but they may not be able to obtain an injunction for delivery of the body before the grant of letters of administration. That goes back to the main tenet that executors derive their authority from the will, whereas personal representatives need to take a grant of letters of administration before they can obtain that authority. And that's a really useful judgment as well for anyone looking at this area, as it cites a number of key cases. So I'd really recommend